change, or,
No, I didn't.
can you get a motion to approve it?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
How about the minutes? Get a chance to look those over?
Two small corrections and
Yeah. Teresa gave me a couple name corrections from last week, so I got those. So I'll make those before we send them out to the newspapers.
Okay, name corrections as.
When you were appointed chairman, I had it listed as you seconded and he seconded, and then it wasn't Dave Ramelsberg, it's Dan Ramelsberg. So,
And then, I don't know which page this is. 2, 3, page 4. I think it's got myself listed with HACAP.
So that's on the
Okay.
agenda.
correct that today.
So if Tracy asked me about that otherwise, so.
Sure. Okay, very good. What about the workforce development one? I've been attending those meetings rather than Gary.
You have?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since they asked me to attend,
Uh,
it's been the better part of a year.
So we probably just need to do a formal motion to fix that.
Okay,
Yeah, because the motion itself was to approve them as
as they were.
were, but then you guys made a motion of the Board of Health that you were changing that, but nothing was mentioned about HACAP in the formal meeting. Tracy asked me about that when he was in the meeting, that's why it's on the agenda for the HACAP to discuss. So I didn't know, since that motion wasn't stated in
That's
there,
fine. It's no
we'll
big
do
deal.
a separate motion. And there's two different HACAPs, so I didn't know
Sure,
which
sure.
one it was, so that's why it's on the agenda, it's listed as
I
such.
think if you're on one, you're on both.
Yeah, so I just wanted it documented since it wasn't
No
formally
problem.
documented
No
last week.
I think we can probably cover the workforce development under the new business part.
Sounds good?
Okay, so do I get a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. How about the claims?
Nothing I seen.
I didn't see anything either.
Okay, I had a question on page 3, the bottom of page 3, going on up to page 4. Easy Trash Solutions, 2019, 20, and 22, which I realize they're probably not
So,
Those
sending
outstanding ones.
invoices for quite a while.
no, what happened is, we ran a report on outstanding checks, and Alicia, since she does the claim, she has contacted outside vendors
Okay.
on that, saying, hey, where's this check out? And if you want to reissue it or something like that. So there's actually several in there with different years,
Yeah.
and that is why. So they
Okay.
they lost the check or never received the check, didn't have communication with us, so now we're reissuing them per their documentation.
Okay, good, thank you.
Mhm.
Because I've seen, 19, 20, 22, and then there's no 21.
Yeah, so that's the reason why, there's just different
Sure.
checks in there.
There'll probably be more in the next run too, because there's people we have to individually reach out to.
Okay,
And she just has left messages for, so it'll be an ongoing little thing.
all right, thank you. So can I get a motion to approve those claims?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I just
Aye.
know what I know.
Barb, 9:05.
I'd like to set a land use hearing for Michael and Christine Rummel for Tuesday, February 6th at 9:15, please.
Can I get a motion on that, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so that would be for February 6th at 9:15 a.m., correct?
Correct.
Good. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you.
Now you got your land use budget.
Yep, actually I have both. So there hasn't been any changes to either of them, if you can see.
Okay.
Other than whatever the withholdings were, if they were different, then those figures were done according to the figures that were given to us.
Okay. That's on both, you say?
Correct.
Okay. No questions, fellas? No? Okay.
Move we pass them.
Yeah,
I don't think we do that yet until we get
yeah.
the whole budget.
Just
Well, and I didn't-
presenting.
When you guys wanna act on the wages, you'll have to let me know, but I thought, you wanna do it like we always have, let all the departments come first, or how do you wanna handle
I
that?
think that'd be smart. Yeah. All right. Thank you,
Thanks.
Barb.
Thanks.
A little bit to go before Sue, so number 7, Gary Benson to the ECOG Region 10 Transportation Policy Board.
And that was to replace Mitch McDonough that you guys discussed
Yeah.
last week.
Yep, and I obviously called Gary,
Mhm.
he was good, so get a motion to,
Motion to appoint Gary Benson to the EasyCog Region 10 Board.
Second?
all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we've got the Benton County Historical Preservation Commission.
That was that Wendy that you were gonna get a hold of.
She did not want to be on it.
Well, and you had the 2 applicants.
Yes.
So, if you remember the 2 applicants, let me take a look at
I thought we did. I know one is Jim Wheeler.
So the 2 applicants were Robert Spangler, which he is up again, and then it's Jimmy Wheeler.
Mhm. So reappointing Spangler's no problem, and so Wheeler would take Wendy's position.
Mhm.
Okay. Does that sound good, fellas?
Sounds all right with me.
Need a
too.
motion?
Yep.
Okay,
Second?
very good. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay. Appoint member to the ECOG RTAC Board.
And that was to replace Mark Pigeonot.
Okay.
So I didn't know if you, I just was trying to keep the
Sure.
boards right on
Keep things
the,
moving.
yeah, so I didn't know if you guys found anything, so I'm just kind of putting them on the board's agenda so we don't forget them.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you guys reached out since then,
Okay,
so I'll put it back on the board's
Thank you.
agenda for next week then.
all right. And number 10, this is appoint members to the Airport Belle Plaine Regional Zoning Board. Did you get a chance to talk to anybody down there, Gary?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, and, where did I put that? I just had it.
Because you said John Stiegelmeyer did not want to be
He did not
reappointed.
wish to be on there again, that's correct.
And then Harold Richard is the one that, yeah, I don't know if we need to look into this Airport Belle Plaine Regional Board to see, is it something that they still have? Or,
I don't know, it doesn't sound like they meet, period.
I could probably give either the mayor of Belle Plaine a call or the city administrator. I would say the city administrator would know.
I could
Because-
reach out to Sandy too.
well, because I know like the Vinton one, they have people they appoint and then we appoint. The county
Right.
appoints to the board, so I don't know.
I'll
you
email
know,
Sandy while we're here, maybe she'll.
Yeah, the bylaws have changed or anything like that,
Okay.
so just
And I
to.
was going to contact David Cornell, but I don't have a good phone number.
Well, and that's where, when you guys give us names and stuff, let us know that phone numbers too, because I think a lot of times you just say, we're gonna appoint so-and-so, and we don't have phone numbers.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have home phones anymore, so it's almost virtually impossible for us to get
The other
contact
question I
information
had
too.
was, his appointment says here,
And that's the last time I have it documented in the minutes, because if you see, I even put down on these for book and page, so I did research back when
Yeah.
the last time they were appointed.
Yeah.
And I researched that's when the last book.
and are these an
Minutes.
annual appointment or are they?
It's a 6-year term, so.
Six, okay.
So,
So if he was appointed 6 years ago, I'm guessing it's a mute point to try to reach out to him.
Yeah,
Imagine
so
both
we'll
ways.
reach out to Sandy, so we'll put this back on the board's agenda for next week, just to get an update on where we're at on it.
Very
So
good.
maybe something happened with the bylaws, or, yeah.
Okay, thank
Well,
you.
if they haven't met for a long time,
Well, just because they haven't met doesn't mean the board isn't still in existence though,
That's-
too, so.
that's true, but it might be hard to find the bylaws if they haven't met for years.
Yeah, but they still have to have some sort of evidence of
Yeah.
bylaws at some point in time.
Yeah, one of the members said, you know, been on this for 5 different appointments and we've yet to meet. Okay, means there's no problems. Okay, moving on. Cemetery Commission. What was the holdup on that one?
Rose Rouse, you said you were gonna try to get a hold of her.
Okay,
She was one of the newer ones the last time.
So, she does have an email there listed. Have you guys tried that? So we can put that on for next week's agenda as well. Yeah, because she doesn't have a phone number, but
yeah. Okay,
I have it on his.
and as we keep going, item 12 is to discuss appoint board member to the North Benton, North Benton Family Rescue Center, HACAP, and Regional HACAP. And that's
Gary now.
Gary.
I'll make a motion to appoint Gary.
And I will second that.
Okay.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye?
Aye. Gary abstained.
Can we talk about number 16?
Yeah,
Before you leave.
if you want to go to number 16, there's that liquor license on there. So, what happened is, Gary contacted me after the meeting last Tuesday. So the formality with the liquor license, what happens is the Alcoholic Beverages Division has a website. It notifies me when there's an applicant that has a pending dram shop, and that usually means they're waiting insurance cover, or documentation and stuff like that. And then when the application's out there. I did not get an email notified from the state's website for this applicant. So Gary called me and I looked and the application was out there. The application was submitted to the state's website November 16th. Unfortunately, it was January 2nd when I was notified, and the application was to expire December 31st. So it was a glitch in the website. Upon further investigation, what normal protocol was, is I sent it on to the sheriff's office, and they did a background check. Tyler Brandt did the background checks for me, but he is unable to do a DCI background check for alcohol licenses. It's special that we have to go through the DCI. Under further investigation, when I contacted the Alcohol Beverages Division, in the application process, it asked for a health inspection and a fire inspection. When I contacted and was talking to the Beverages Division, they said under Iowa Code Chapter 123.30 that the local authority is supposed to make sure that those inspections are done. I was under the understanding that the state did that, so I always checked yes for those things. Now lies in the question, and I asked for legal counsel on this, and I haven't got a response back from Ray, but we have a lot of these mobile divisions and stuff like that, how do we get health inspections and fire inspections done on this? The Alcoholic Beverages Division says that the county should have a ordinance or a protocol or procedure in place for these. So basically, this Alcoholic Beverages Division application is on standstill because I did go to the DCI background or website, and I did submit an application to do a background check on this applicant. It costs $15 per application. Now, you guys receive the revenue, the Board of Supervisors receives the revenue for that, so when I get that charge on our visa, it'll be coming out of the Board of Supervisors because it will offset that permit application cost. But that's where, going forward, I'm asking for legal advice on how to proceed with these alcoholic applications, because per the Iowa code, health inspections and fire inspections have to be done, along with a DCI background check. I have applied to be an official applicant for DCI background checks, but I don't know the turnaround on this. I did this last, I think, Wednesday, and I still have not received anything from DCI on a background check. Long story short.
It was definitely a long story.
Mhm.
Well, it sounds like we've got to get something set up for the fire as well as,
Well, and especially with these mobile bars,
Yeah,
you know, 12330 was made well before these mobile bars were around, so I don't know.
well, we don't have a county fire inspector, so I'm guessing it would probably fall within, you know, a community's jurisdiction wherever they're from.
But some
Unless
of
they're
these
from
are
out of-
outside of Cedar
Exactly.
Rapids, so,
That's what I was gonna say, unless they're from out of county.
well, and sometimes on these applications too, I don't have really contact information too. So I think we should have something in place so that way when I get a hold of them, per resolution or ordinance or however you guys decide to do that, you know, I can say per this is what I need. And so that way these applicants ahead of time know what we're requiring, and we're following the Iowa code at 12330.
You've gotten with the county attorney's office on this.
I
piece of
requested, I haven't heard anything back,
information.
so,
Tyler Brandt and her spent quite a bit of
yeah,
time.
it was a, yeah, rabbit hole.
So, bottom line, we really can't approve this.
No, but I wanted it still on there, so you guys need to be made aware on what's upcoming with this. And
You understand that?
Or if we would've got an email this morning, then you could've went ahead and approved it.
I left it on just in case, and
Sure.
especially with the background check. I did reach out to the applicant, and they've never had a fire inspection or a health inspection done. So that's where, under the chapter one, you know, they're saying, you're supposed to make sure those are done. So how can you approve it when I can't give you that documentation or information as well?
Can you check with Scott Hansen? He would know probably more with the fire department if the local fire chief or assistant chief can do an inspection on a business.
I did reach out to, Rick Wood was up in the office, because he's done fire inspections before for the city. And so they said that the county, when you're out in the county, you have to go through the state fire marshal. And that's a very lengthy process because they're so backed up. So that's where, again, if we had a policy in place, maybe we contracted with the local fire departments or something and say, hey, you know, have some sort of policy in place on how to get it done. But that's how he said it was done, because he did many for the city when he was the fire inspection. I did try to turn every corner and find
Because
information.
I know
for
like
him.
schools, you know, every year in August, they gotta have the state come in.
Courthouse
Sure.
days, we
And they
get
gotta sign
inspected
off.
too.
Yeah. So, I'm just, because even the liquor license itself requires a health inspection because it's alcohol. That's the requirements.
But we contract with them out of Waterloo, correct?
For the health inspection is contracted through Black Hawk County,
Yeah.
Black Hawk Health Department. So, I mean, that I can contact that person and say, hey, blah, blah, blah. But
At
it
least
really
you
should
can
be
get
the
that part of it
applicant.
covered.
Yeah. But it really should be the applicant, or I guess that's up to you guys, however you want the procedure done. I don't know. I mean,
Is this new?
no.
So we've been getting these inspections. How do we get these mobile?
That's my question.
The mobile part is new.
The mobile part is new, but that's where I'm saying, I was under the standing that the health inspection and fire inspections was done on a state level.
I think Tyler's got some more information.
Okay, he
Does
has
he?
not reached back out to me.
And
Okay.
I will get with him and have him put it in writing for us. But I think part of this on your part can be waived. The health inspection for somebody selling cans of beer out of a cooler 12 pack at a time doesn't make a lot of sense.
Versus by the shot or
Yes.
the draft or whatever.
And I think you guys can waive that. I want to talk to Tyler, because I know he's talked to people, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we have to do some kind of a
It
policy.
doesn't make any sense that there would be a fire inspection and a health inspection on a cooler and gas station.
Sure.
So, like, a Quick Stop or something like that, they have the same,
Yeah. The cities can also do the same thing.
The cities are under this, it goes through the same application process.
Mhm.
but like Ken's are in the country.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why it's on your local authority.
You got Karen Hill,
Yeah,
you got the barn north of town here.
You got sauerkraut days that would be under the same stipulation. That's the
Watkins.
reason, that's why I wanna make sure, I don't want to discipline these applicants, I wanna, so we know what is expected and we're following the rules and regulations and it's
but
just
like
done properly.
sauerkraut days, they,
That goes through the city.
No, it does not.
Oh, out at the demo derby, that would go through us.
but they get their alcohol permit about 3 or 4 days at the front of the,
Yeah, but they're
Event.
very tight scheduled, they don't do it very much ahead of time.
Like for the one you're talking about, the state sends out a notice, according to Iowa code, 70 days in advance.
That's only on annuals, that would not be an annual
No.
one.
But on this, like this annual one,
Mhm.
they send it out 70 days in advance, and then they encourage everyone to file 30 to 60 days in advance.
But just like you said, sauerkraut days, for example, as long as they're serving canned beverages, we can have Ray provide a provision where we can waive that stuff. Yeah.
That's my understanding, but
Yeah, I
Tyler.
wasn't
sure that's
updated
what-
on that.
Sure, sure. But if it's a mobile unit serving draft beer,
Or hard liquor.
that then becomes a horse of a different color.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, now I can understand that. Yeah.
They put, excuse me, put it on the agenda again next week.
I'm a piece of paper.
Can I have that one?
Sure.
And then you'll reach out to Ray again, I presume.
I'll follow up.
Thank you.
Because I copied Tyler on the email as well, just since we've been working together on it.
All right. Gary, will you let Kim's know what's going on, since you drive right by
somebody to
there?
talk to has. Yeah, I'll let them know.
Okay, thank you. Sue,
Yes. Okay. These for you all to look at to follow what I'm going to talk about on the holiday schedule. So we had talked about the Christmas Eve holiday. I'll wait till y'all have it in front of you. So the first one is the old version of the handbook that talked about holidays. And that has the asterisk by the Christmas Eve, and then says if you get, I mean, how I think that's interpreted is if Christmas Eve falls on a Monday through Friday, you would get a half a day off. So then you go to the next page, that's the new piece that was approved. And that changes President's Day, which was on version 1, to Martin Luther King Day. You see that change, how I highlighted those? And then you have that half day, and you still have an asterisk, but that paragraph explaining the asterisk isn't below. Do you see that difference? And then that third piece is the resolution that adopted that second version. I think that there's kind of still two versions of the handbook floating around out there, and it's been confusing to staff. And I think when we talked about Christmas Eve at the December 12th meeting, we said, let's keep it as is, and no action was needed to be taken because it didn't differ from the handbook.
is what was decided. But I think we were relying on the first version that said if Christmas Eve falls on a Monday through Friday, it's a half day. And when you look at the resolution, I think it says Christmas Eve is a half day, not just if it's on a Monday through Friday. I know this is a little bit convoluted. Are you following me so far? Kind of?
I think Kirsten was the one that come in and presented those changes, because, is that you're talking about the 4.1 and all the 4.4 that we
Yep.
dug out for you the
Yep.
other day?
Yep. So, and the old version of the handbook, your first page, that has still the asterisks and shows we get Christmas Eve if it falls on a Monday through Friday, is what's online. So that's what employees see. So a few people have reached out and shared and said, hey, we technically were entitled something because that sentence that says if Christmas Eve falls on a Monday through Friday got removed. So there's that resolution that, yes, the former HR director brought forward to make that a holiday. I think it's murky. I think it's, it's on the list. We're looking at handbook changes. The holiday schedule and that sort of thing is part of that. There was also an email that went out from the former HR director that staff forwarded to me that I think also leads to the confusion that makes it sound like this is an ongoing holiday. So I just want to make it right for staff, and I think that staff are confused, and I think we didn't do a great job of communicating the new changes. And I would like to propose for this year only, because I think we're not quite sure how Christmas Eve could have been handled, and we had some conflicting information, to offer President's Day as an additional holiday for 2024 only, to try to make right for the Christmas Eve that potentially maybe they should have either gotten on that Friday or on Monday and bumped to Tuesday. I know it's murky. What questions do you have? Am I explaining it very well?
So you're proposing that half day for Christmas Eve, we would give them a full day, President's Day?
Yes, that is what I'm requesting.
And the contract doesn't read that way. Union contracts. They don't talk about the half day on Christmas Eve, and we still list President's Day. I do believe.
President's Day or Martin Luther King? Because now that got changed 2 years ago.
I don't think they were ever changed in the contract.
And that could be because your contracts weren't renewed at the time that happened in
Yeah.
between.
Well, the secondary road says they're gonna follow the handbook. I don't have yours in here. But secondary roads contract says they're gonna follow this contract. So right now, this year, secondary roads does have Martin Luther King, because they're following this.
I'll check and see what ours says. That picking and choosing causes troubles.
I just feel like this is,
Can we, rather than pick a day, can we give an option of a floating half day maybe or something?
sure.
I mean,
I'm just
I mean,
trying to
this-
make it right, because I think
I
this
get
is
it, I get
murky.
it.
And I think by taking out that sentence, if it falls on a Monday through Friday, then it kind, in that resolution kind of alludes to, you get this, you're entitled to this, even if it's a Saturday or Sunday. And technically, we didn't give them something for that, and we took away the piece that said the Monday through Friday. And so yeah, to go back and try to figure out Christmas Eve, I just thought as an alternative, let's offer this other day. But, yeah, just making it a half-day floater, maybe that's a better option. It's a half for a half.
Half for a half versus a half for a whole.
I can do the 4 hours.
You know, that one,
I'm not doing a holiday.
yeah, it's deeper into the budget. Plus, you shut down. Where a floating half-day,
Yep, that's true. That's true. That's a good point.
I can agree with the 4 hour comp, but if you attach holiday to it,
yeah,
I didn't put that money in the budget. That's a big chunk.
What if it's just called, if it's called a floater?
If you just give them 4 hours comp time. That way everybody gets it.
But then some people might have to request it being paid out too, and that would affect budgets as well, correct? If you're labeling it as comp, because you can get paid out for
Yeah, we
comp.
pay out so much comp time, it's,
Then some people wouldn't be eligible either, right? Because some employees aren't eligible for comp time.
Your part-timers wouldn't.
But part-timers don't get the holiday pay regardless.
yeah, they don't get holiday pay to start with.
well, the comp time, whether they use it or get,
Or get paid out,
Paid.
it costs us the same.
yeah, I mean, bottom line,
The holiday costs double time and a half.
yeah. Yeah. So what do you think of that idea, guys?
If we can do it, it makes sense to me. Really does.
Not trying to complicate things, I just want to make it right for the employees because I think there was some confusion.
And you obviously have had some people come forth. I
Been
don't think you
confusing
just-
for the last couple of years, actually.
Have they?
Well, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get the handbook kind of cleaned up.
Yeah.
I think everyone agrees to that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't have a problem with the 4 hour comp time. I mean, if we're gonna make it right, that's what we should do. Tracy?
I'm still on the fence. If the holidays on, well, this past year, Christmas Eve was on a Sunday.
Right. Christmas Day was on Monday,
Right.
and it doesn't state what we do there as far as move it to Tuesday, but it does, basically, we're giving them a half day.
So in simplest terms, that old version, because we have that asterisk, and it says if Christmas Eve falls on a Monday through Friday, that implies that we get Christmas Eve as a half-day holiday if it falls on a Monday through Friday.
Correct.
You come to the new version, we kept the asterisks in there, but we don't have anything that explains the asterisks underneath. And by us not having, if Christmas Eve falls on a Monday through Friday, we removed that piece. So we're saying, we approved, you get something, you get a half day for Christmas Eve no matter when it falls. Because we removed that sentence that says, if it falls on a Monday through Friday, we're telling them, per that resolution, we are giving you a half day for Christmas Eve, no matter when it falls. And we technically didn't do that. They didn't get something for Christmas Eve, half day,
It
because,
doesn't say that.
what's that?
Does it say that? Or is that what we think it should say?
We removed the language that says you get a half a day for Christmas Eve if it falls on a Monday through Friday.
So the asterisk's there and there's nothing by it.
Exactly.
But the asterisk on the first one is going down, yes, if Christmas Eve falls Monday through Friday, but then it continues, conservation employees do not receive an additional half day as part of that asterisk. There's no asterisk on the second one, the resolution that's currently in force, right?
Right,
Doesn't address conservation, et cetera.
right.
And that could have been the prior HR just had a typo, or, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Cliff,
yeah.
does
Yeah,
he-
it's confusing to have an asterisk and nothing to explain what the asterisk is for. Ray isn't here today, but I did talk to him as well about it, and he believed that legally, this can be interpreted that they were owed a half a day for Christmas Eve
Yeah.
and didn't get anything for that. I don't disagree, it's super, super, super confusing. It is clear as mud, and I've seen a lot of different handbook examples that, you know, we can adopt that will make weekend holidays and everything super clean. But in this case, I just want to try to do right by staff, and I think technically, it says you get a half a day for Christmas Eve. It doesn't say if it's on a weekend, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
If you give them a 4 hours off, just thinking like secondary roads like today. You're gonna give them 4 hours off, they're gonna take it off today or tomorrow?
Well, no,
Well,
all
it's-
time is subject to supervisor approval, so my road would say, no, I can't honor your vacation request today. That's his discretion.
And Ron, I mean, he can't have half his staff take off at the same time, nor can Haley. I mean, it just,
Well, all leave time is subject to supervisor approval, right? So you would just stagger it, they can't all say, okay, I'll take that 4 hours on Friday, that's, you know, not possible, so, and they'll just have to stagger their requests.
Their point, supervisor could just go ahead and say, we'll do it by seniority. Whoever comes to me first or with the seniority.
however they do it,
You
yeah.
know, you can do it that way.
First
too.
come, first served kind
And
of
then you
thing.
can do it by seniority. I'd say we'll probably have to go with the latest and greatest, just saying, latest and greatest what you've got, and I think you're correct in thinking that you have to give them something, because there's nothing written down. And then if you go with the seniority type issue, then you take that out, and the supervisor could say, well, you've got more seniority, whatever.
Well, that's just up to the department heads, you guys
Right.
don't
Correct.
micromanage that.
Right.
Yeah, supervisor as in department head, not
Correct,
the
correct.
supervisors.
I make a motion to give them the 4 hours, we're not gonna call it comp time, or,
You want legal contact.
So do you want to amend that original resolution then? Since it was done by a resolution the last time? That's where I wasn't
you
sure.
wanna change it now, correct?
Just 4 hours paid time off.
So that's, because we did that by a resolution the last time for the holiday, so. That's what I wasn't sure, and then if we change that exhibit A.
Or do you wanna table it and actually,
Well, I'm just saying, we did it by resolution, so normally if we change it, we do amend the resolution.
okay, that's what I'm saying, if she wants to throw something together,
Because then we could tweak that exhibit A to say
Yes,
that.
Right, right.
that way it's done now, and we don't have this problem again.
And then
Next
you
year.
incorporate that into the new
Or
handbook.
Christmas,
right.
And then we're not as confused again next year.
That makes sense.
Is that okay
Or
with you,
in
Sue?
7 years. when it
Yeah,
comes
that's
I mean, we
around,
can
see.
do it by resolution today, and you approve it. You're just gonna change the wording to say I mean, if you approve that, we can tweak that, and it gets numbered today, and it's in the minutes.
Aren't you gonna tweak, like you
To
just
be
said?
honest, I would like to tweak this whole holiday section officially and have a thing that says, when Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are on a Saturday, Sunday, here is how these holidays will be handled. So it is crystal clear on a weekend holiday what we're gonna do. So if you would like me to do that and then just do it all in one instead of do this and then
Well,
modify
do we-
again, we certainly
Do
can do
we
that.
have to do it all in one? I mean, or this is a
Well,
separate deal?
I think she has a good idea, because it's still a separate idea, but this resolution did
Okay,
refer to holidays 4.1. So if she is amending the
that's fine.
4.1.
Throw it all together and we'll go back and,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry for the confusion. We're gonna have a really super amazing handbook pretty soon that is gonna just be crystal clear. Thank you.
Okay, so no action today, but we'll put it back on.
You've got another item here.
Oh, yeah. Can I have those really?
Yep, now that we know that number's here. Sorry.
So this is for
Oh, wait, is that the right one? Or are you doing Josh?
Josh. Yeah.
Yep.
24/5?
Yep.
Okay. Hiring of Josh, not hiring, he's already an employee. And he is getting the maintainer operator position, starting next Tuesday at a rate of $27.73. So just asking for approval of that, for that open position.
Outline then?
That's what O'Brien vacated, right? Yep. Thank you. Sorry, I put that on there. Still getting used to all the geography of all those locations.
So that's on my hat. Okay.
You took the wrong hat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll make a motion to,
Here, you wanna read it?
yeah, that'll be a lot easier. Resolution 24-5 for Josh Swoboda, moving up to a maintainer operator.
Second.
Second, okay. All those in favor, oh, this is resolution.
Correct.
Primer, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Your St. Guy.
So Roxanne Fuller is not making it today. She's gonna be back on next week with the weather.
Oh, okay.
She still wants to come in with the changes.
Does she?
Okay.
Yeah. Since we got a few minutes, do you guys wanna give me some input for your supervisor budget? No, I gave you the weed one, right? When
No.
you come in the office, I gave you the weed department.
I did say.
The other day when you were in my office.
I know.
Yep. He just gave it to me. You were-
Probably the ones you just gave us.
You don't have it now?
What is that, that surprised me?
Oh, and remember, you have to enter those as a negative. You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, enter those as a negative.
Good morning, how are you? I sent you that message because
On the monthly report.
I had
I didn't know when though.
I lied. You did.
I was gonna say, I
It's
know
the
I
big
gave it
one.
to you.
It's the big one.
Yeah, but like for you guys is,
I just come running in.
I just need to know if you're all
It's coming
taking
down
family
right now.
insurance, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yes.
shoveled this morning.
Yeah.
Dental eye, or are you keeping all that the same on there?
I am.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
The
I
only
got
thing
it
I
from my
question
printed
is
off,
that
they're sitting there.
stipend, since the comp board didn't act on the stipend this year, how do we handle that?
I have no clue. That's something that we can do as a board?
No, it has to go off the comp board, but I just,
Okay.
because they did it last year, the chairman, but they didn't do anything in this year, so I
Sure.
don't know. For now, it carries over till July.
I did crack that whole thing. Dang it.
I don't know if you want to make them readdress that or not.
Because that'd also take into effect first half of next year.
Starts July 1. I mean, it carries over
You're
now.
carrying it right now.
Now, yeah.
I mean, still your amounts, just so I know what to put in there. If you have to have the comp board reconvene or how that works, I don't know.
Probably. Or not. I don't really care. Never was a compensated until Wiley came along, or was leaving.
But I guess we just take the comp's
I'll just
recommendation.
keep it as is and
You know
move
what I mean?
forward with that amount.
Town board's recommendation was 30% across the board.
Right. That was the recommendation, but like she said on that specific. That wasn't discussed at all. So still, that comes back to the supervisors, whether you carry that on or not. See, there again, you don't have to go after the comp board, what they said either, that's their recommendation.
That's true as well.
Higher?
You can go higher, you just can't go lower.
Correct.
Well, you can't go higher than the comp board's
You can go
recommendation.
lower, but
You can go lower, but you can't go higher.
Other way around.
Yeah,
Okay.
just make it, yeah.
Okay.
And if you cut it, it has to go equally,
Yeah, everybody across the board,
except,
same,
yeah, but you can cut your own and not affect the others.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll kind of keep that stuff in, same for withholdings and all that, for your benefits then. And then I'll email you that today, I'll get it
Okay.
calculated in there and send them.
All right. And you gave us a whole stack of other ones that we can look over, so. Okay,
And I punched holes in them if you guys reuse your binders from last year.
yeah.
I got yours down. That's it, last year's.
And I emailed you those, like, ahead of time for
Mhm.
today, so.
Right. Yep.
So it's a lot of compiling right now.
Well, 9:45.
Did you put your re-estimated highlighted?
I just put the request in, I didn't
Okay.
have the estimates.
Oh, so you still need to give your amendment tomorrow.
That's just, line item.
Went down because you're not purchasing vehicles, is it? Or-
I just reevaluated some stuff.
Okay, because it went down pretty
Yeah,
significant.
yeah, I just reevaluated some stuff. And the vehicle thing is, I got one coming off this budget right here.
Okay.
So that shows up maybe
Okay.
within a month, maybe. Yeah, that did drop definitely.
Oh, for sure.
Well, and then also the information technology one, because of the software, you know, that's gonna be dropped significantly too, because we, you know, did that budget amendment, and we're getting reimbursed 100% off of that stuff for what I raised that for, so that was like a pass-through for this budget currently. And since we did a 5-year paid in full, we won't have that line item as high.
Questions, gentlemen?
I have one line item, my line item for salary. I'm not taking an increase. I'm leaving mine the same. I want to take my 3% and give it to Jess Meyer, because I tried to raise that last year. I just, you know, she's a valuable part over there and want to keep her, so.
Everybody else is staying the same?
I did 3% of those on the drivers. I elected not to take one though.
Wouldn't she normally get a 3%?
Yeah.
So what you're proposing is a 6%?
My 3%,
Yours plus hers?
yes.
Good. Just making sure I was reading.
Yeah,
You're right.
yes.
Okay.
Because FS tried coming after her again. FS tried to come after her.
Did they?
Yeah. I just want to prevent that from happening. Hard finding good people.
You get the 3% figured in though.
Yes.
This budget.
Yeah, it's figured in. Yeah.
Okay. Other questions?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm good.
All righty.
Thank you, Dean.
You betcha.
You don't have them out in the snow today, do you?
What's that?
You don't have them outside in the snow today?
No.
Okay,
Not when they got tobans out.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like our day habs and all that, pretty much, you know, the schools, they pretty much make the decision for us.
Mhm.
When they all cancel, pretty much our rides just keep on dropping, so. Yeah, it ain't worth hurting someone, hurting the vehicle, you know, not worth it.
There was only 5 vehicles out all the way up here from Blairstown.
I believe it.
School closed. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's better up here than it is.
It's been snowing pretty heavy here for the last half hour or so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okey-doke.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, pass on the quarterly reports. Should probably go through those, because our next item is 10:05.
No,
And I did scan all those to you too.
Yes.
You seen them? What's that? Quarterly report for everybody, you know?
Well, currently, no.
Do the,
Whichever one you want to do first,
do
sheriff's
the,
first?
do the auditors, that's one I got out that I give
Okay.
here.
The biggest one.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Motion to approve her.
wow.
Digital stuff, whatever.
Okay, I'll second it.
It's actually.
No, is there a motion?
Oh, yeah, then I'll motion then.
All right.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, of course. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be confusing.
Go to auction.
About the recorders, quarterly report, item 15.
Hello. Hello. So moved.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And you're gonna have the sheriff's quarterly report, which is a little more to it. I just printed out the front page, I looked everything over last night. Got your own chauffeur?
Yes, I'm not driving today.
Get it looked over? It's in the process.
I'm sure it's okay.
Motion to approve the sheriff's quarterly report.
Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. How about reports? Any reports?
Oh, I met Friday, me and Ron and all the big shots with the towers
Yes.
east
Friday.
of town here. Yep, Friday morning early.
They said they haven't gone through and done their punch list yet for the silver work. They noted everything, they have everything we did in writing. They've taken care of some of it. And then other pieces have to go back to the civil company to get taken care of. But all in all, things looked very decent.
Good.
Last night I had a Zoom meeting with conservation. We were supposed to have it at Anna Lake, but they chickened out because of the weather. We had a Zoom meeting instead, so.
It started coming down probably before your meeting.
No, I didn't have it till down where I live, about 6:30 when it started last
I was
night.
gonna say it started 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, see, we're supposed to have our meeting at 5, so
No,
no
sure.
big deal.
Yeah. Anything special?
No, the new appointee, that Samantha Hunter, she attended, so it was attended by everyone.
Good.
That's it.
Good.
Before I forget, do you wanna do number 17?
Maybe we should do that, yeah, sorry.
Nope, that's fine, I just don't wanna
Did you have
forget.
anything, Gary?
No.
Okay,
Since
that's
those,
here.
it's broken down by the ones that are disallowed and why, that's what we'll have to sign on.
Disabled. Okay.
Yep. And it's kind of broken down, the ones we did. She just has no dwelling, so obviously they can't. So that we have the reasoning why they recommend not. So we just list them out by parcel.
Makes sense.
And then you can sign, or I can take this back and you can sign them when you come in and do the rest. So,
Okay, all right.
or just normally, we do those usually earlier in the year, but with all that change and those homestead military, we waited.
This is the homestead tax credit and exemptions, military tax credits, and disabled veterans homestead. Your quarterly reports, initial those, please. That's one.
These are mine, so.
Those are yours?
Yeah.
I thought I passed them on to
I
you,
gave him an original copy to pass.
which I passed on to you.
Is it in color? You can usually tell Ron's signature. I'll tell you which one's the original.
Yeah. I just printed off front pages.
I pressed all work off.
And Gary might have them. I saw you pass them down, because I gave them all to him.
And I passed them. So, it's no big deal, I can give you the other two that I printed.
No, you can just,
Just use those. Okay.
this'll work.
Sure.
This one is the original.
That's the resolution we haven't done yet. This is fine up here.
It disappeared someplace between here and there.
Black hole over there.
Should have one more.
I have the sheriff one.
You have the
You guys
sheriff's.
already initialed it, so I took it.
Okay, I got it initially. Did they both?
I thought it was all three of them. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
They did it up front and stuff.
Thank you. Still have a couple minutes. How about under old business, we do that workforce development appointment?
Okay.
Okay. That's me. I'll make that motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to appoint Rick to the workforce development.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Got a couple minutes here, Alexa, but do you have anything you want to point out to us?
Give you my annual sheet that I always do.
Good.
Thank you.
Anything you want to point out on your budget?
I don't think so. The items that I raised a little bit were, the general items that are increasing. Obviously postage, mileage. Sending my gals to a couple more extra meetings a year and things like that, training, but other than that, not much. Our dues and memberships have gone up, so. But
3%, right?
3%. I always figure 3%.
Any other questions, fellas? All things considered, it's only about a $15,000 increase.
And as you can see on the annual sheet, the highlighted top area is what we're bringing into the county.
Yep.
So we're still making money for the county.
And your
Sending a lot out, too.
Well, of course.
Want to give them an update on our ARCA stuff, or?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our ARCA search people are still going at it. They're still doing my books. There's lots of books to do in my office, but, before they get to Haley's. But they're actually working out over at the sheriff's department. Like I said before, if you guys wanted to stop in there and see their project, how they're doing it. It's
I
pretty
have.
cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it'll be a nice little system to have in place. And it's really taking the old books and really, the images are really crisp and clear. So I'm impressed with that.
From what I could see, they look good.
They're supposed to be shipping me something today that I have to take over to one of the guys.
Oh, really? Okay.
They let me know it's coming.
Alex.
So I don't know if it has to do with my project, I think. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. And, the one guy that was working, the kid from Chicago had to go, they had to pull him from us and put him on a Colorado project, which I really liked him. He was really, I like all the other ones too. Well, two of the young girls are Marla's girls that are working. They hired temp people, and so they were here in town, so they are working, so. But this kid was he's very much into history. He loved seeing the old writings, and I was like, oh no, don't take him away. But anyway, they're really good, nice. The kid that's the head of it is a really nice kid, so, yeah.
So what they've been working on here the last month and a half, 2 months?
Our deed books.
They're started with hers
Just yours?
first.
Yes.
They
Then
haven't
they're
started-
gonna come to mine and do all the transfer books and all the old supervisor minute books that are in our basement even. You know, like the ones that you guys sign on,
Mhm.
they start from 1800s back down in our basement.
Yeah, because our indexes for all our land and towns go back to 1855
So then, once we have that
and all that.
done, you could like search a keyword and pull up old history on the minutes, because we've been in our basement before digging out why things are happening or when it initiated, and,
This will have to be so much better.
oh, it's going to be.
Mhm.
So,
Because originally, this was one of the approved projects because of ARPA, because
Because
if
of COVID
continued
originally.
staying home, there's no way with the amount of stuff we do with abstractors and lien searchers, they need those books.
so will this be online, open to the public, or is it?
We have to kind of discuss that as it
It
comes.
can be,
Mhm.
but yeah, we have to decide whether we want to provide that link or not. Otherwise, it definitely in our office, when people come in to search, the link will be there.
Because it'll be an external, we'll get the actual hard drive too, but they will house it off-site, because that's when we'll have that fee every month.
So, back in the 1800s, how did the supervisors have their meetings?
They would have them in the courthouse. They sign the paperwork just like you guys have
Yeah.
to.
And they come up here once a week?
They used to meet Tuesday and Fridays, I know, when I started.
Traditions are pretty much the same if you look on how we used to record things. It's
That'd be
just
an
now
all-
we have computers instead of
Yeah.
handwriting.
Yeah, but that'd be an all-day deal for somebody from the southern end of the county to come up here.
Yeah. It would.
Yeah, just think with the other stuff they had to do, I think the tails off of the animals and bring them in for money, we'd have to pay dog
Yeah.
tags, and there was a lot of stuff I'm glad my office doesn't
Gopher
continue to
feet
do.
and
Yeah.
I remember bringing up gopher feet.
Yep,
Yeah. I'm happy we don't have to do that.
yeah, those duties can be. keep the duties I like to do now.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't have anything else.
Nope, I
Thank
don't
you.
either.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for making sure she's safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Myron come in, have you heard differently?
As far as I know, he is, yeah.
Okay.
Ron,
That's a long time ago when it go for.
cleared yours out.
What's that?
Oh, talking about, I'm gonna input your
You
numbers,
ever did
send
find
you
them
the
papers of Rick?
printouts before I print them, to look over again. Okay?
Are you fellas good with that?
What's that?
17, the homestead tax credits?
Oh, yeah, I'll make a motion to approve, and we sign all them forms.
There's a lot, well, those 65 and older ones.
I've got that here.
That's the resolution,
That's the
but he's got
Yeah.
paperwork.
I just made a motion for that.
Second.
All those in favor? No, it's right, a resolution, I'm sorry.
Yep, Seaman, aye.
Your shank eye.
And Primer, aye.
And that should be number 24-6 then, right? That I gave you. So I'll take
Yes.
those back, and then you can sign them, what's up?
That's my stuff. It
Oh,
went
you
that
took
way.
all those down,
Yeah,
okay.
it went that way.
Yep, because then those will go back to the assessor's office. We did find duplicates on those ones that come in 16 over. They were already on there.
He needs that big folder now, that's got all them in. That's what he's gonna sign.
Here. There's nothing in there.
I'm gonna work on it for a few minutes.
It'll pop up.
I'll ask for public comment.
Hopefully you saved it.
Yeah, I've seen.
Okay, because I wondered, did you put them in?
Ken,
Yeah, got a comment?
well, I
I bet you did,
got
because it's like.
an issue, but you might want to hear it. Yeah. All it pertains to is, well, it's the land for dogs. I took his suggestion, I went down to look for the complaint that was supposedly on file. There is no complaint on file. They said there's nothing there. So I went down, and not only that, the open records law allows me to get it out, but you mentioned that I needed a subpoena. You know, it's an open records law, I can just get it. But we will, like you said, we'd have
We've had a bunch of stuff for that.
correct, and that's what they did tell. So that part was true. But I feel with what's going on, and since there is no actual formal complaint on file,
Well, there is.
then why didn't they have it?
That I can't tell you. I'm the complaining party. I know it's there.
It's not on file. She couldn't find one.
It's
What
there.
would be the date on it then? Was it after the date that this information was out on the 4th of December? Was this what you wrote the complaint up on?
I can't tell you the dates.
Because that's all I had to go by, and I went to the court, the clerk of court, to get it, and it's not there.
Well, clerk of court doesn't have this stuff. It's at the sheriff's office.
You told me I needed to go to the clerk of court.
It's at the sheriff's office. Big difference.
I wrote it down. And I went to the sheriff's office, and they said I needed a subpoena. They gave me what I could get.
Yes,
But then I
you'll need
need
a
to-
subpoena for officer reports.
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't say
You'll
that.
get what they call just an open records request. what amounts, so it's called a computer system.
But it's not considered a subpoena, because a subpoena is a verbal claim, or is a, you have to be, you have your subpoena for something, it's not. You know,
She had the sheriff one too.
Yeah.
He found them.
I guess what I'm saying here then is
She's already done.
I'll go ahead and get a hold of, the attorney that I'm talking to, and I'll just go through, I'll go through a different channel.
What is it?
The ones you passed on.
Found them? Yeah.
Because
Gary
it's not
must
on,
not
it's not on
assign that.
file in the court system.
Plat.
Criminal charges.
We used to have the courthouse,
Again,
in the recorder's office.
You'll,
There was
you'll
a-
work it out with the sheriff.
But what I'm saying is, well, I'll work on getting that.
so
But
where do I
this-
go?
This whole thing is not correct, and is she able to get her dogs back yet? Or are they even out of her household? Has anybody even checked?
I,
I was there Friday. A young lady answered the door. She said that Elena was on vacation. And I'm not gonna walk back and look at her dogs without her there.
so I knew the sheriff was checking on it. That's all I knew.
Okay, so when this whole thing happened, another question would be, since there wasn't any witnesses, and
That you're aware of.
I specifically asked him, he said there were no witnesses.
No witnesses that you are aware of.
I asked you specifically,
Okay.
and he said that there wasn't any. I got it in my notes, if I want to read it, or we can look at the footage, but that's the idea that we're putting the cart ahead of the horse here. I don't, you don't know where those deer carcasses came from either, according to your report here. She could have gotten a hold of the DNR and gotten some of those that way too.
It's not
So there's
illegal-
other things here that,
Right, it's not illegal to use deer carcasses for animal feed.
no,
It's not illegal.
It is coming back up, Doug. I do know that. So just when, I don't know.
okay.
So, and I think there'll be a lot of light shed at that time, so. Okay. So stay tuned,
Okay,
please.
well, I'm just gonna make sure I get a hold of her myself, because, there's other things involved.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Because of the, no witnesses, like you said, there was no witnesses. This is what you had stated either, and there was no footage, no cameras, no photos, no nothing. That's, you told me that here a couple weeks ago,
Of the act happened, I do believe that is true.
that there was nothing. There was no pictures, no evidence, no nothing. So it could have been a coyote. I mean,
There's,
how do we know?
There's other information coming.
it's an open investigation,
Yes, and so,
and we don't discuss those in meetings.
right.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I won't discuss it with you any further,
Okay.
because you're not part of it.
Okay. I'll bring it up to these guys then.
Doesn't involve, what?
Unfortunately, we can't with
They're
a,
not gonna discuss it either.
with a meeting
Okay.
going on, or an investigation.
Okay. Okay.
Haley, I do need to check these on the back. Is that
Yep,
correct?
yep.
Okay, all right. Thank you. You
On
have
an-
10 minutes to go.
On another subject, just the Board of Health, where are you guys situated on that right now? I know there was a mediation.
Okay.
What's the news on that?
Cannot comment at this point in time. It's the 9th. Gotta remember that 24th meeting. Haley, I'm guessing Jeff came to town pretty early this week, didn't he?
He works for the water department, not streets anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nope,
Nope, didn't matter.
didn't have to get up at 1 in the morning. It's fine by me.
Has he been there very long?
Over 2 years.
Really? Good number I need you to write down. Can you see it? I'm trying to, there. Got it? Okay. Look at this. When you get time. And I'm gonna put this resolution in the front of this folder, so I don't get it mixed up with everything.
That works. Sheriff, have you had accidents?
A few
Hopefully just fender benders.
so far.
Good.
that I'm aware of.
Where Highway 30 turns to 2-lane, when I was coming up, clear out in front of me, a car made a U-E and it got back out.
Saturday, we had a little skiff of snow.
Yep.
From Center Point North, 380 was a mess. We were up there helping with Rex. One fellow sideswiped a car, they got that taken care of. State Patrol did that, we were down the road a little ways. Same guy got up to our truck, lost control, doink, into the back corner of one of our pickups, busted a tail light, bent the back up a little bit. They get that all taken care of, he gets down the road another little ways and goes in the ditch.
Same guy.
Same guy. Winter driving, not for him.
When was that one, did you say? When was that one?
Saturday morning.
Did you already
380
turn,
from Center Point North was just a mess,
did you already turn that in on insurance?
I believe. So.
Okay.
We have to wait to get the
We still are
the
supposed to.
state patrol to the accident
Okay.
report.
So they'll get the report to us.
Yep.
Was he from Texas?
Pennsylvania.
Really?
So back to some budget work. I'm filling in some of those, like for the Pioneer Cemetery and all those. Historic preservation, some of them I haven't heard back from, I'm just kind of using the same. I might increase, obviously, the juvenile detention,
Yeah.
Department 28, medical examiner, just because those are the two I keep having to amend for. Is there anything else on those non-departmental ones? And we're gonna get that sheriff transport stuff figured out, right? With the back and forth on some of those.
It's still,
It's still not clear as mud.
after I thought they kind of had it cleared up, then
Yeah,
it went back the other direction.
that's what I thought too. Put in the libraries, I gotta do all those little non-departmental ones and then I'll get you a list of those. Have you heard on the landfill, what are they thinking for their cost? You still go to the landfill meetings? Are they gonna change their rates or anything? They're gonna be the same? So keep that as is? Okay. Yeah, our juvenile, we're already at 50, almost 54,600.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And we had 60,000, and I know there's some out there. But I did reach out to him, hopefully he'll give me some more invoices, because we don't have any that we're holding.
That's what you had said, yeah.
But I've heard from other counties are having the same issue with that. So we can't pay if I don't have an invoice.
You, most definitely. Any word out of Myron yet? Nope.
He's busy.
Did you send us the sheriff's budget too?
No, he hasn't got it to me. Well, he got it to me yesterday, but he's gotta go back and.
Now she says there's nothing in there.
Well, you just saw it, the
I
column's
did.
not there.
It's an
So,
old one.
You
Sorry.
can't import it if there's nothing there.
Sorry.
No, I still have some I gotta send you guys in print.
Okay.
Those are the ones,
That you have so far.
Do you wanna take our books along and? or
no, because it's easier to bring it as a folder than haul those
Okay.
big binders to you. If
Okay.
you guys are okay with
Yeah,
me
that's sure.
punching the holes and bringing it that way. If you still want me to email them all to you before, or do you want me to just print them?
If we're gonna discuss them that day, I just as soon have it earlier.
Well, that's why I thought you could have it over the weekend before, like especially when you get engineers and sheriff, conservation, those are bigger ones.
For me, like conservation, I've had that now for a month and a half.
Yeah, she's always usually one of the first ones turned hers in. I'm waiting on a few things for my election stuff, before I can put in a few amounts, but.
Should we reach out to Myron?
Sure he's getting bombarded.
I'm sure he's bombarded, but
Yeah.
You're not gonna print out what hourly rate everybody is?
Yeah, I can give you that form again.
Okay. I just didn't know about
Yep.
keep it.
No, you want the same thing? And you guys know, you have that list of what department numbers are what?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna pitch it all from
Okay.
last year.
Yep, you don't need it. I'm still waiting on a few departments to give me their line items and, for the budget amendment for current budget. So I have to send that to the paper soon.
Yeah.
So Ron and I will work on that one. I already know on your forfeiture stuff. On the outside legal ones, did you want that under Sue on that new line item, or should I put it under their supervisors for a current budget amendment?
What are your thoughts?
depends on what we're talking about on that.
I know the path was to get us current, we used you guys.
Used
but
us.
I know you had asked for that amendment, so we put that amount in just by you telling me that you had to.
So what's the question?
So you asked for a budget amendment?
Yes.
For current year?
Yes.
For outside legal counsel?
Yes.
So do you have an amount so I can plug that in so we don't forget that one?
Oh, I do not have that right at this moment.
Okay.
But yes, I will get that.
Because I think
That's just in my notes.
You
You
were
were
gonna
one-
have some, I
Yes,
do believe.
yes.
Myron.
So this is just
Well,
for
you
the
want-
amount for the rest
For
of the
current
year.
budget year, yeah. Yep.
How are you?
All right.
You can see me.
Whoa, Martin's had to work hard today. With that bright yellow one.
Didn't want to be not seen.
Those are nice, right? Yeah, it's coming down hard now, isn't it? You can just watch it accumulate on the truck.
Yeah.
What's the status on the sewage being getting bad out that way?
That season's come and gone.
It's hard trying to stay ahead of things, this first thing this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
can't imagine it's
these are
getting
easier to
better.
deal
No,
with
it's gonna
than
get worse.
Mhm.
the little 2-3 inch skiff. That causes more wreck.
Of the ice.
Well, it's not slick.
I got 2 weeks of vacation that I haven't used, if I could carry that over.
Yep.
Seen when you, I think, allowed Ben Turnus's carryover was through the end of April, so I'm just proposing the end of May.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
I make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We need to-
Just initial that, yep, I'll put it in
The
paper
back,
fine.
front.
Just the front's fine,
No.
just the chairman is fine.
Oh, okay.
The other item, I've had a company called Endeavor Civil Engineering helping me put together 4 different bridge plans. One of the 4 bridge plans is on 16th Avenue, about a quarter-mile north of 53rd Street, right on the Bruce Cedar Township line. That has less than 25 vehicles per day, so it won't qualify for federal aid funding. So it's gonna be a local bridge project. We're proposing, I say we, Endeavor and he's been helping me put all the stuff together, is do a February letting this year to have the bids turned in for the project. But before we can get them out to the contractors, I need your approval on the plan set and the 3 signatures of yours for the title sheet, so we can include that with the plans. If that meets with your approval, I've got the title sheet with me.
Is that a very big bridge?
110 foot long, 30 foot wide.
Wow. Wow.
Be very similar, be 10 foot longer than the bridge we built, what's that, 2 years ago now? Over on 30th Avenue Drive, south of County Home Road.
That's
So,
motion approved.
Second.
Signing.
yeah. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. He wants all 3 of us.
All 3? Yes, please.
That part I caught. Let's just listen to the rest while I was signing.
What's the estimated cost of
The 110, or the 100 footer that we did over in Canton Township was $435,000. But that had federal aid, major federal aid, with Davis-Bacon wages added into it. Adding 2 years, 10 feet, but taking Davis-Bacon out. I'm still thinking, knowing that bridge contractors had an excellent season last year and got all of their work done, and we're looking for more. 450,
that?
maybe
Work
better.
comes out of your budget then?
Not unless you're volunteering.
No.
Yes, it's in the budget, and yes.
Wow.
But that slab design is gonna last 100 years easily, probably more, and 30 foot wide is gonna accommodate ag traffic much better right now than that
What's
18
there
and a
now?
half, 20 foot wide that is right now.
20 foot wide now?
Yeah,
Got railings on the side to them?
it will have concrete.
No, I mean the old one.
Currently?
Yeah,
Okay.
Very good. Anything else, Myron?
that's all I have.
I got a question. I know a couple weeks ago that Mr. Cook from Keystone was here
Yeah.
about the roads and stuff. How'd you come out on that?
I went and looked at it, and that road looks very similar to a lot of county roads. Yeah, there's a lot of lime on the surface that you don't see much, hardly any loose rock on that, but it's got rock in it. It'll certainly see more rock come springtime type of deal, but the concern of if it rained a lot, if it would be impassable or not. It was after that inch plus rain we got when I was out on it, and it still had its crown to it, didn't have a pothole, and actually the whole 4-mile stretch between 11th Avenue and 15th Avenue on that 68, so, yeah, it doesn't have some loose rock like some other roads do, but there's still a significant amount of Benton County roads that look that same way, that have got a lot of line. It's just what you see on top.
Well, if there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Okay.
You got something?
No, I gotta ask Myron a couple questions.
Off the
Well,
record?
yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.